Welcome to online lecture series. I am Dr. Keshav Mahale and we are going to discuss today the rearrangement reaction. In last lecture, we have discussed Hofmann rearrangement and Beckmann rearrangement. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the Curtius rearrangement, Lawson rearrangement and Schmidt type of rearrangement. The common thing in these three rearrangement is the intermediate form in these three reactions is the isocyanate. Let us first discuss the Curtius rearrangement. Friend, in this rearrangement, in Curtius rearrangement, the conversion is acyl azide to isocyanate. Acyl azide to isocyanate is the conversion of this rearrangement. Now, what is the structure of acyl azide? See, this is the acyl group which having azide N2, which having azide. See, this is the acyl azide, N3, where this acyl azide is converted into the isocyanate, that is R N double bond C double bond O. This is the isocyanate. This is the isocyanate. In this reaction, what is conversion of azide, acyl azide to the isocyanate? We can use here the reagent. Either here is the thermal condition or the photochemical condition. See, in this conversion, we use here the thermal condition or the photochemical condition. What is the mechanism? See, mechanism of this reaction. See, this is RC double bond O and this is nitrogen. This is another nitrogen. This is double bond nitrogen. This one nitrogen having negative charge and one nitrogen having positive charge. When this acyl azide undergoes the heating, then what happens here? See, this negative charge makes here the double bond. This bond will open and again this bond will reform and this R group will shift to this nitrogen and this bond will be break here and positive charge will be neutralized. We got here this is R. See, this is R attached to the nitrogen. Nitrogen having double bond carbon and carbon having double bond oxygen. So, in this case, here is the formation of acyl azide. Here is the formation of isocyanate. So, this is the isocyanate. This is the isocyanate. When this isocyanate further react with various reagent, it gives us the various type of compounds. It gives us the various type of compounds. See, when this isocyanate react with water in the presence of acid or base, it gives us the amine, that is the primary amine RNH2. When this react with water only, then it gives us the amide. See, this is RC double bond O. This is NH2 here, amide. When this isocyanate react with alcohol, that is ROH, then here is the formation of RC double bond O NH, and this is the R dash. If we consider this is R dash, then this is R dash. So then this is the substituted amide, and when we react this isocyanate with the primary amine here, RNH2 primary amine, then it gives a derivative of urea. So there is the formation of RC double bond O, RC double bond O. This is NHR simple way we can make the reactive compound from this isocyanate. And isocyanate react with water in presence of acid or base. It gives us the amine. When isocyanate react with water, it gives the amine. When it react with the alcohol, then it gives the substituted amides, that is the carbamide. And when it is react with the primary amine, it gives the derivatives of urea, or we can say the substituted urea. Let us discuss here the mechanism from isocyanate to amines. See here, when this isocyanate react with water in presence of acid or base, So in this case, here is a formation of see this water molecule H2O will attach here to this carbonyl carbon, and this double bond will open here, and there is the formation of negative charge of nitrogen. So we got here the R N negative charge here, and here is the carbon double bond oxygen, and here is the hydrogen here, and so here is another hydrogen. So the oxygen has the plus charge. Now, if we write this negative charge here, this negative charge takes by this negative charge takes this hydrogen, and this positive charge will neutralize, and got the structure RNH C double bond O. This is O, and this is one another H. So again, when this bond shift here, this bond takes here, and this bond will be see, when this nitrogen takes this hydrogen, this bond will be shift here, and this bond will break. So we can write here, this bond takes this hydrogen, and finally we got the RNH2, that is the primary amine. So by the same way as we make here primary amine from the isocyanate by heating the water in acidic or basic condition, we can make here the amide, carbamates, and the derivatives of urea. Let us discuss now the examples of Curtius rearrangement. Friend, see, this is the example of Curtius rearrangement. Here is a given one is acid, and reagents are giving the thiamine chloride, sodium azide, and water is here. So in between there is using the heat. So firstly, when acid react with thiamine chloride, we know that there is a formation of acid chloride. So in this case, you can write here, this is the OCS3, this is the C double bond O, and now this hydroxyl group will be replaced here by the chlorine, and hence we can write here this acid chloride is formed by using the first this reagent SOCl2. When this acid chloride react with sodium azide, this is the sodium azide, this N3 and negative charge, sodium and positive charge, and by attacking there this Cl will be removed here, and got here. So this is OCH3, this is the phenyl, and this is the C double bond O, N3. That is the acyl azide. So firstly, we have to form here acyl azide by heating the thiamine chloride and sodium azide on reacting with the carboxylic acid group. Now this acyl azide can be written in this way. See, this is nitrogen, triple bond, nitrogen. This nitrogen having positive charge and this nitrogen having negative charge. Now this nitrogen makes here double bond. By making here this double bond, the earlier double bond of carbonyl group will open, again it will be reformed, and this whole group, see, this whole group will shift to this nitrogen, and when this whole group will shift to this nitrogen, this N2 nitrogen gas will be removed here, and we got here the new phenyl ring now attached to this nitrogen. This nitrogen attached to double bond carbon, and this double bond carbon having the next carbon group, and our intermediate, that is isocyanate, is formed here, and there is given water which is the last reagent, and when we react water with this isocyanate, we know that the lone pair of this water will attach to this carbonyl group, and this bond will be open here, and by removing the H plus ion, or by, we can say, by abstracting the H plus ion from this water, this nitrogen having NH now, so we can write here, this is the phenyl ring, and this phenyl ring having OCH3 here, this phenyl ring having OCH3 here. So, and here is the NH, and now see, this is the C double bond 4, and this is the OH now. So, by abstracting hydrogen, see here, this bond will be shift here, and this bond will get break. There will be formation of negative charge on nitrogen, and with this negative charge will be abstract this hydrogen. We got here the primary amine. So this is CH3. This is the phenyl ring, and this is the NH2 here. That is the para anisine formation of primary amine. That is the para anisine.